We are now joined by Ira Leifer. He's an oceanographer and an independent researcher. He's joining us from Santa Barbara, California. Let me get your thoughts on this conference. Secretary of State John Kerry said on Friday participants at the conference pledging more than $5 million for conservation, and they also are designating vast areas as protected waters. As a layman, that sounds like a big deal, but you're in this field. You've got a lot of expertise. What does it really mean?
Well, I mean, the money is a small amount, but the designation of the marine protected area is quite important because these are areas where the fish can recover from the pressure they're undergoing from fishing. And this gives them greater resiliency. So that's quite important. 20 nations have pledged to have these marine protected areas, so that's a good momentum. And there's also been momentum towards the port state measures to fight illegal fishing, and that is approaching ratification. So there's been a lot of very good progress.
This conference brings together 90 countries for 2 days. They're talking about climate change, overfishing, pollution, all of the threats that are out there. Give me a sense, out of all of these items I just ticked off, and I imagine there are even more, what keeps you up at night?
Well, I mean, the problems related to overfishing are very serious, but if we don't deal with climate change, then that will overwhelm all of our efforts to protect the fisheries. So climate change is one that does keep me up at night, and it exacerbates. It makes all the other problems worse. Problems related to acidification, to harmful algal blooms, the big dead areas, and even overfishing, because if the fish capability to support humans taking fish is reduced by climate change, you get the same number of fishermen. Suddenly you go from fishing to overfishing.
John Kerry said saving the oceans is a life or death issue. The U.S. president said that the notion that the ocean I grew up with is not something that I can pass on to my kids and my grandkids is unacceptable, it's unimaginable. Do you think by casting this in such stark terms that they can actually create some real momentum here? Well, Obama says there needs to be even more, bolder international action.
I think the words are nice, but momentum comes from actions. And also momentum comes from recognizing that saving the ocean is in everyone's interest. For example, the concern that MPAs are going to reduce these marine protected areas, fishing opportunities for fishermen. Yes, but they'd also like their children to be able to be fishermen and pass it on. And that requires long-term health of the ocean, which requires addressing these big problems holistically and seriously.
Ira, thanks so much for joining us and providing your analysis from Santa Barbara. Certainly appreciate it.